Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of The Guys Who Stared Stats. It's been a little bit since we've done a video, but folks, it is good to be back. Had some vacations, Andrew, and all that fun stuff, but unfortunately, we've got to get into a bit more of a grim discussion here today. Of course, the hazing allegations against Pat Fitzgerald at Northwestern. Fitzgerald's been let go, and I mean it's an absolute mess going on right now at Northwestern. Not only the football program, you've had some stuff going on in the baseball program as well. It's just not a good time for the people up in Evanston right now.
No, it's a move that had to be made. Obviously, he's had a little bit of success in different seasons there, and then obviously last year was the opposite of that, going 1-11. But I mean, there's no reason for any allegations or hazing stuff to be going on. He wasn't taking care of his locker room and taking care of the things that need to be taken care of, and that's the most important thing over the actual gameplay is making sure everyone's being treated the right way, nothing bad's going on, and he wasn't able to do that. So, I mean, like you said, kind of a grim topic to start with to get us back here, but one that had to be talked about. And again, it's something that, in my opinion, had to be done for Northwestern. I mean, they went through the investigation process. They did their homework on that before going through with the move, especially with a guy that's been there for a very long time at this point. But again, it's something that had to be done, in my opinion. And I mean, for Northwestern as a whole, I mean, obviously this is just taken now from the football aspect of it. It's tough to be this late into the summer. I mean, you're probably starting camp here in a few weeks. Your first game's probably here a little over a month from now, and now you don't have a coach. I don't know. I'm gonna miss if they named an interim yet, but I'm sure you'll probably just go with your head assistant at this point. So close to the year.
Yeah, I mean they did name an interim, but the thing that kind of surprised me about this whole situation, and I get it from a logistics standpoint of you want to keep your assistants, you want to make sure that's all going on. But if they were in the same culture that Fitzgerald was in here, why would you keep any of I get that you don't want to do an entire clean slate right as we're about to get into August. That is horrible, but that seems like something that if I'm Northwestern, I would hope they clean house officially next year. But I mean, it's just kind of a weird situation. I mean, going back timeline wise, you had the original 2 week suspension for Fitzgerald, then the student journalist up at Northwestern, which I mean, credit to those kids being able to get this story out. And I'm sure that was some uncomfortable talks they had to have with a few people, but being able to get the story out and getting the justice that they needed to get. But I mean, the whole situation here just absolutely terrible. I mean, you never want to see any of this happen. It's sad that it still does happen in locker rooms. And the other interesting point that I want to bring up here is the whole head coaching search that's going to happen. I mean, this is an absolute brutal time for this to happen for Northwestern. I mean, obviously it's always brutal when it does happen in general, but I mean, now you got the whole rumors that are going to go around. There was something floating around yesterday about Ed Ogeron maybe being interested in the job. That got proven that he was never contacted. He didn't really say anything about it. He's just, I didn't know I was interested in the job. Michigan reporters trying to throw Brian Hartline, the offensive coordinator at Ohio State, out, which I thought was a bit interesting of Michigan and Ohio State getting involved in there as well. But if you're Northwestern, I mean, I honestly have no idea where you go with this. I don't know who you try to look for because this is a position no coach really wants to be in here. You don't want to come in here and try to take over not only a 1-11 team, you got to rebuild an entire culture and just rebuild an entire foundation, basically.
Yeah, especially this late. There's not much where you can go, to be honest. Obviously, a lot of people are already locked into certain spots. Obviously, all the coaching changes have already happened for the college football off season. Obviously, like you said, you can go try to find a coordinator here and there. But even at this point, I mean, I get it. It's your opportunity to be a head coach. But, I mean, if you're already an offensive coordinator, if you're already in the coaching rumors, why not? If you're at an Ohio State, if you're at a Michigan, if you're at a Georgia or Alabama, you have a shot to go win a title. Why not at this point? I mean, you're a month in the season. Just go through the season, go one last year, play out the way you're expecting to play it out, and then go get your head coaching job next year because you know there's going to be head coaching opportunities next year. It's not like they're forced where, oh, this is your one and only chance. Like, I get it. You'll be up against more competition next year if you wait till the off season. But like, if you're in consideration, you're still going to be in consideration next year as well. So why not? In my perspective, at least, you're at this point, you're weeks from camp, so you might as well just sit out another year.
Yeah, it's one of those that it's going to be brutal. That's really the only way to put it. But if you want to get our actual opinion on how we think Northwestern's going to do football-wise, kind of giving a bit of a channel update here, we should be trying to get the football conference previews, try to do that. We did it last year. Probably going to try to do it again sometime either later on this month, early August, I think would probably be a good time to try to get those out. Might bring my buddy back, Mr. Tyler Riggs, who we had on last year for the football previews. But other than that, I mean, it's good to be back. We both had our vacations, both good, I would say. But other than that, folks, I mean, as always, thank you for watching. Feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel, all those great things. And, folks, we will be back. Hopefully it won't take a month again to get back, but we will see you all soon, and have a good one, everybody.